hot top of the saga of noggin and nog, number 2. Die Istweken. Nog, as cricketers, sprinted Vernaxen. He beat the arms, the keen bird, he didn't hurt, swooped down, and then to beside them. Ark, he said, even to the saga. What do you mean, Ark? Said Noggin over in there. He can't get through the tunnel of rumps. Ark, said the bird, knocking up into the sky. Certainly Nick needs a dozen birds. Created down and pitched around them. Then Cricketers himself arrived and his curtains. He'd found the lake just as he'd dreamed, but what he'd not seen in his dream was that the curve of chairs, clean ones, was the herb of his ancestors, the herb of all the great king birds. That is his brother Arthur, his mother father, Uncle Cronk and his 4 sons. Cricketers and his family made a harness of the climbing birds as easily as if they were twigs. He lifted the logs off the top of the Cross Mountains, then laid them over gently on the ground, on the fertile ground of the hot water river. It was changed to the steamer place in this end of Athensburg. Rump was crunching in the trench. Quick, in on, it's coming. It can have its footsteps, he whispered. He crouched over in the trench and listened. The herd of footsteps came closer. The kern spoke. Noggin caught a glimpse of his hot sister. It's passed earth them. Then the footsteps stayed away. It came out of a hating place. Where does it live? Asked Noggin. Up that log, said Rump. He watched the taken spots, even in the distance. They drifted down into the hay heather in the mountain wall. Come on, Vernaxen, said Noggin. We'll walk. It was a long walk. He passed the houses, the tender ones of the natural people, and everywhere he saw the taken's footsteps, and where did they serve a living person. Soon he reached the hills and began to clean. He cleaned on the heather, earthy rocks, and ice, and up the, steep hill of scales. It's odd, said Noggin. I wonder how it can be. It was just fun. No, it was hard last night. It was the river standing on it. The chicken fed the small creatures on its back and lifted its head and kept and lifted it. Oh, people, it said, people. It spliffed on the nogs, and in an instant there's a person of a block of frost. And this wasn't his chicken and his breath was covered. It wailed. You've done it again. Gently, it picked up the nogs and flowed down on the village of the keysters. The steaming hot water sponge that gave the village its name. There, with a spurtlet, the nogs thought ancient shepherd. You must be more careful, it had spoken. You regular must. It is so long since he spoke. Turned the butter. He'd forgotten about he is. Really glad to saw. Told her he's been searching his head for weeks. And they haven't seen a soul. It has been most extraordinary. Just as if people had been hiding from her. They told her they haven't. It's not the most upset to think of people hiding from her. It's not as if it was an anger taken. It's just that he wanted a cook back to bed in a cart. He hasn't been to bed for weeks, and they told his kid. Imagine not going to bed for weeks. He told me she come back to bed again and ran the door. The chicken stopped talking, ate away the top, then started talking again. It told me how we've been sitting away about me. And troubles in the auntie should soft. In goodness, and all of the small taken. Established spectacle. Kid, the hurt it was the kid in the hay laughing and cursing, and kid it was, and suddenly, for weeks occurred, it became hot, yes, hot, and for it spoke, it to come out, it saw its feelings longer, can't take it and spoke, it knelt. The chicken was flipping its feet in excitement. The clear wind made from the noggin and the noxen came together a wall. It's such a group I can see it dozens of times. It's speaking dozens of times. But the cave's always full of smoke. It turned it, and it don't want to cook it to be tall. gave the sob, like a small clip of thunder, and laid its head on the ground. A child fell from its seat. Knocking the perch had scared their head. I told not rather Thomas Curtis, he said. They're knocking the dog. There comes a special to well, puppies and order, sure was okay. The chicken stopped up at once and hoisted the dog's sister up on the hay villa as they saw the cave mouth of the cave between the rocks. Sure, it came smoke. A small plume of smoke was issuing from the cave mouth. Noggin and Noxon plunged of the smoke darkness. We could see nothing. We must go in and log, said Noggin. And Noxon picked enough rather gone of the pavement, he said. Og and the not afraid. He took his sword and clipped down over the rock of the cave mouth. Silently and cautiously, he made his way down the long passage until, as his eyes grew lost on the dimness, he saw a hid chamber lit by a faint flickering glow of a bonfire. Toward all things he saw and perfectly filled him with excitement. One was a vast kitchen heap of jewels, precious stones, silver and gold, ornaments and weapons that covered the floor. The other was a tall and evil figure of Noggin's uncle. Nog bed the bed, over something and stuffing six and sucking on himself. It is beyond the dreams of avarice. Jaws for the ransom of 100 emperors. Noxon picked away out of the cave. There's our uncle Knockbed in there. Knockbed? Yes. And there's treasure, scrolls, and stuff, misses of it. And he's baking it up in six. Oh, it's not me. It should have a treasure. No, he mustn't. He's so nosy position, and it's so hard for the small chicken to get work nowadays. The notion that the treasure belongs to the dragon's friendless associate. This is that treasure. In the haunted treasure yonder. And if any of it is stolen, the dragon's will, and from the favorite caves, grottos and caves, they will rampage. Yes, rampage and vinegar and wreck. They will be fair and victims of all the lands of mankind until they have collected an outrageous justice which is earned in Benghazi and most in Khalifa as a butter. Not bad, standing in the cave mouth. You see, not bad. Oh, noggin. You see, you want to illegal weapon, oh? Come on in, noggin. Come on in. It's not bad in the voice, but he has been devious. He stepped back into the cave. Noggin was halfway to the cave when the cannon went off. Boom! It blasted him backwards. Noggin knocked it, standing there, cannon from the dragon's chest. That time, then loaded the cannon with gunpowder. Next time he saluted with demons and robbers, and they all cut short to weapons. He ended, well, not over listener. But not bad, listen to me, said Noggin, beating a sock on his ears. That treasure belongs to the dragon's friendless society, and if you steal it, the dragons will have bit of your friendless society, not bad. Don't make me laugh. The riches are round with all made dreams, and it's all made to there's a dragon to come and get it if he wants it. The cannon is waiting. Knocking the tail, and not bad the tail, and left the nogs and Curtis to knock at the cannon. Well, there is only one way, answered the kid, and this is it, said the chicken. So he had little bit of him. Suddenly, there came some like this, psst, Noggin. It came from behind a rock. Rumpf was keeping out of sight of the chicken. Eh? Oh, Rumpf, there are, said Noggin. Come and meet Curtis. Rumpf did not make this suggestion, but Noggin picked him up and carried him over to the dragon's exhausted. And Curtis, look at this tuna-facing man. Isn't he small? He's no bit off. He was so small. It was not wrong. He's forgotten, and he'd trod his feet and raised his sword under the dragon's spurs. He's not small. He's the biggest in the valley. He's just not as dead as these knocks. These knocks. The dragon picked me mumbling upon its faces. They settled down and made up not bad. But for some reason, he wasn't coming out of the main entrance of the cave. They were waiting and waiting and waiting for a long cave. Chicken said Roth. Joe broke up the mouth of the cave and got in there. Oh yes, said the chicken, they make a part of it, easily across it. And in that case, went on Ron, this knockbird must have gotten some out of me, and if so, he's probably got out again the same way. Ron was hid through the floor over top the ledge above the cave mouth, blowing the curtain. Until it cleared the face. He entered the cave, cleared and cautiously, seemed not to make some small sound. Some of it is gone, wailed the chicken. Oh, what son of it tall? Feel the arm of the ancient kid's knockbirds with noggin. The noggin found it. He stepped on its old curb and fell through. Down the river, dog had pressed it. Noggin and Rumpf onward. All the markets and tunnels, but not Bird's Way was marked by a trail of spirit spores. It led to the cave on the outside of the mountain wall. Here it is. This is where he left the dogs, said Noggin. Where are they? The hut was there, but the sledge and the dogs were gone. Hey, look, over there, spouted the Noggin. In the distance he saw the tiny black sledge speeding over the spur up to the pass towards Lapland. Around it, a cloud of clean birds was circling and swooping and diving toward harvest its way. Then the river roared like the wind of a winter storm. The gentle chicken anchored at last shot home from the mountain wall. After him, the lizard beat his paws off. It runs. The chicken sniffer wings peeped the sky as it hurtled away. It turned in the above a distant certain gate in the trail of clear mist of her, one long cliff of the speeding villain. One cliff was enough. The sledge with its spurt of its horse, the knockbird first fast of the spur in a clutching lump. That evening, knitting where the knockbird herded the last of the Chesapeake into the chicken's cave. He signed his name on a piece of chicken paper on which was written his promise never to steal again. And then he slunk away into the harvest. The chicken made a speech. Noggin and Noggin said the chicken's fingers are said to think so. On the half place in is ingenieur in this gun. If ever are in danger, beaten with safety, and say, come Jenkins, and beneath the Jenkins will come to it, and ends no thing to trust for, and let the chicken round, not so often, this stuff is, and the tape nowadays, and it at once would be cleared of another thousands of sheep. The chicken settled down comfortably on its own pail of sauce. Sheep headed for the ship, knocking the knock. Sheep are the person's fast. The knocks are the stir. Across the mouth of the cave is roughened, and it's for people of the hot water bittersweet, some lullaby, and that's the end of this saga. And then there's the third book of knock. Aha! The saga Knockin' the Knock, number 4. The fleeing machine. In the lands of the north, where the brick rockstone god against spirits, in the dark night, it is long. The men of the northlands sit by the great log face, and they tell a tale. They tell of noggin, prince of the nogs, or sailor beyond the brick ace, at the edge of the weather to fetch knocker, princess of the nogs, to be his queen, and they tell of the magic gun or metal which is given to noggin the ace taken or guarded the taken's tester in the hot water river. This metal was magic. If it was beaten with silver, it would call Jenkins to aid. Noggin had heard need of the aid of the Jenkins. He and his queen lived in peace and happiness. In the river so turned to see the harbour. Summers and winters came and went, and all the content all save one river, peace, happiness, and happiness with arguing of the us and Knoxon, the captain of the king's guard. He stood on the harbour wall, gazed at the ship, teeming of their teeth, and with the vegetables and ladders, and there were paved deeds in the land of Nog. Knockin' came and spoke to him. He said, I was on the sailor in a great ship for Knoxon. I was on the sailor a kitchen in the current of the mountains and of the set of the strange lands in harvey places and oxen granted of a costly. Of course you wouldn't need to, but he's not a bird, and he's not a magician. Is it noggin? Him of it. He'll hit to have a bad miss with us, and there's her need of a magician. He has invented concert what is the laughter and ridiculous has made. Down beside the harbour, cricket is a keen burden of the laughter that her tongue. Here the asking over Sasler, Lerner, over Sasler, asking about what is over better for this flea machine of the small bird. Feathers spurted crickets, never spurted earth. What it mean? They're asking over Hustler of what is over better. Create spurted and spurted noxion. Is the machine finished yet? I want to spur it to third noxion. Oh, but the mean carvings spurted is some lost nerve. Feathers, muttered Cricketers. They're still asking over Hustler. That's the noxion, said Noggin. What do you think of that? It's a bird, said the noxion. It knocks create a goblet of bird, but what is the thunder-shaped mouthful and all earth rods and leaves and bits of one big machine in the middle? What does the sailor occur? Able to it all, returned her the laughter. Yours occur and it is a boy, this father, fathers, is under something of a magician and descended from long earth the saucer of nut-rug. It is a flea machine. Invented it myself, said Cricket. You invented it? Then scounded with meat. Yes, it is driven by clockwork. That machine is the machine the metal is earth the laughter that Cricket's beak and gripping it shut. As Eve is saying, this flea machine is driven by clockwork. You turn that handle, it spins up the great spin and that its turn Dave's. That means it's perverted on the mast and a covered in leather. Feathers spurted Cricket's baking earth. Leather spurted earth. Then asking what's some better cargo. Kids spurted Noggin. Her boss gobbling her rather better couldn't get near of the wings. It is easier to get them feathers and they want this machine finished quicker. The noggin is waiting to flee. Flee? The ghost exclaimed. A noggin a ghost. You shall always say you wanted excitement. You want excitement. Yes, but Cricketers was looking down into the water at the harbour. Hey, what's this thing floating in the harbour? It looks like a jar of something. It was a jar when they all returned with the cane. Earth kicked the creature's toes and shuddered. He was knocking over Satan. Bad magic, he said. It makes my toes tingle. It smells of sorcerer. It smells of bad magic. It smells of bad syrup with Tommy, said Cricketers. And put it in the royal armour of the hermit and get on with finishing the perch at Noggin the Nog. He measured the chart on the royal armour and set it down on the stern floor. Neat, the dog opened stealthily, in a kind of candle lit, spurred on the keg. Pottered, but lit earth, whispered the noggin, aching our voices. The voices came. It seemed from inside the job itself. Is all trade in this place, all gentle tar, all pitch in one voice. All this kid, oh master, they are concerned. I played another spurt of his bitch goodness and the loss. My prison cell. From inside the jar came the sound of a sharp tapping. Have Mr. Mother, Master, spare me beetle skin. Came a plaintive cry. Enough of words, Bill God. Your team is up, yes. The dolphin in charge taught the stern floor and nursed on a small dog-faced man, taking a bundle he knocked around. As for this is the whole of bargains, he have done better. Now he must move fast. The third room is above, and in the glass case, the men and sister of the stern stairs, and knocks out the creature. Ah, yes, said the man, it's only elegant. But let us not get all sudden, Harvey observed. Yes, a helmet, he said. For Noxon was hiding behind the hayseed. The man went across and took his helmet. Come, Elmer, he said. It is written with the path of the finger of clear teachings and the strong with the petalers of verses. Oh, is it? Grunted the noggin. What are you talking for? Is your master called Noggin? Okay, Richard one. Shall we call him Prince of the Nogs? It all? We'll need the talking, barking, and all shall be made clothers, and lead the seeds in the garden of immolated us, but Noggin, wondering what all the noisy wicked was. Is it even so? Burn, or royal nog, from me master Emir, Ahmed Ahmed Rona of the land of the silver sand, aping our greetings and with the cheerful this gift of his royal collection, this silken carpet of strange design. He unfurled a small, beautiful carpet on the floor before the throne. Oh, mistress, she unlocked her, and he fled from the hall. The men sat cross-legged on the carpet, young bird, and Noggin ordered the guards to bring him fallen cheek. Open some humble palace, said Noggin. I'm afraid he is nothing so as handsome as her carpets are brought. Ah, but so have, said the men, is a crown in that glass case. Is it the crown of the North End? It is, said Noggin. The state occasions on her. The Noggin, get it out and serve it, I guess. The Noggin took out the crown and handed it to the guest. Thanks indeed, oh, I heard one. It is indeed an elegant herb or great exquisite. As the lofter came back into the hall, he was in his grandfather's name. It was a god against magic, and stopped his toes tinkling, he said then. Ah, God, said the man, he what this harbour concerning this crown, or the court of my master, Almond Almond, there came a sailor to a tall bargain, or claims that he is the rightful king of the Northlands. He claims that his crown was stolen by a wicked nephew, and the king bed and the Noxon's hand first from his sword hilt. The spark of magic flashed from the man's fingers. I cannot draw your sword, answered Bobbin. All the jaunders come to tell the veil of need. Sir, it is to take me leave of you. The carpet with the men on it is silver into the earth. I take the crown bargains mountain of rock and lava until being gone. Earth protected, basically neat, top his feet. Away, shouted the men, and a carpet tilted and flopped on the wind. Earth tripped it and was tipped across the floor. Out of the winter away. Once they were out of sight, the magic spell was broken. When the logs went on the winter, Earth unheard was in the chair. The magic carpet was gone. You've got to saw, shouted Earth and laughed her. Go after him in the flea machine. Cricketers collected the saw from Earth and flew with it to the harbour. The noggin and noggin ordered the flea machine and cast off. Win the hand off the noggin, ordered noggin. The noggin was terrified, but he burned the hand off. Noggin poured the starting lever, and the flea machine lurched forwards. Its kid leather wings burst and flipped the earth. The magic lurched and hopped as the wings beat faster. Suddenly they burst from the surf, and the wings were carrying them aloft. They were flying. Farther in the distance, they saw the magic carpet speeding away from them. They're gaining on him, shouted Nicholas. The men on the carpet turned his head, so the hunted. The magic carpeters were compared to the flea machine. A person little clever, no pinch of snuff bits from his silken garments. The men took a tainless silver snuff box. What took of a pinch of snuff noggin? He asked. He entered her. He thought a pinch of snuff over his filter, and it became a thick black storm cloud across the sky. She thought that Carl thought he laughed, but the thunder turned his laughter. The storm caught the flea machine and tossed it for the spinning black clouds. The leather wings torn, it fell like a dead leaf toward the swift earth. The flame carpet flew on, reddened the noggin, kicked it, the noggin slipped under the canvas sheet in the purse, which was drifting calmly on the surf. It were oars and rivers were wind to fill the sail. Suddenly, the noggin spit up. Listen, he whispered. He heard a deep-rooted clucking sound. He poured out from under the canvas. Upward was floating in a small bay, which was lined with palm trees. The moon was shining on the spur. The earnest sound was the rippling of tender waves, and these occasional deep to khaki shirts. Cricket is float on the top of the mast, knocked round once, and floss straight down again. Great orbs, he whispered. Keep quiet. What a great orbs? Asked Noggin. Birds said cricketers, rubber, grass birds. They're settling down for their need. When the morn sits, we will sleep. We must wait. We waited when the morn had set, when the birds had stopped grunting. The nogs took herbs and crept among the plants first. They saw enormous bunches of the sleeping birds perched in the trees, and they were gently tail the herbs toward the tail feathers. As the clean light of dawn lit the rim of the spur, the nogs took shivers and sought and beat them together. The hot birds chirped with terrible richness. Leghorns howls. They slipped the great butters into the earth away, leaving behind 17 perfect tail feathers, each as long as the wing of the flame machine. As is it spectacular over the feathers on the best of the flame machines. With hoops and nails, they fixed the hard surface of the flame machine. The noxen burned the handle lever off. It works, spurted the noxen. It feels better than ever. The flame machine clicked onward as it flowed with a stronger southward towards the land of the silver sand, someplace which is far from the land of Nox. Hurricane didn't God wasn't over this kind of transforming and lived in a big house beside a lake and palm trees in the land of the silver sand. His servant was a junior, a bit expired, of rich work, which he kept in a jar. Sir, all spoke her one silver gentleman. The lake and trees are beautiful, but something is needed to complete the picture. A fleet of perfect white swans. Yes, wanted for. Your wish is my command, replied the jailer. Something slipped across the sky, turned and landed in the long space across the lake. Let us quick or spoke her one, exclaimed her men, but he ordered a fleet of white swans, not a ditch, great bird with feathers. None of me talking, old master. Oh, well, Dickens of Blotman, Herkin Urban Dog walked on the lake to greet his visitors. He lit the dust and logs in the bed of his house and bade his junior vestments, noggin through the hairs of her, of the hairs whole head in a grave face. It is a third country, he said, and the Noxon had finished. The emperor Almond is her more emperor than Aaron. His nephew is a troll, Murdoch. But the wicked Almond has cast him in the dungeon. You're coming to a great deliverance of us. But in all Israel of a man of justice, it is written, let the bringer of justice shall come from afar, and all must be heard this way. Urban dog disgrace the Knox as a respectable urban merchant and his later, and set them on camels and handed them a small charter noggin. Take me, and he said, if you're in danger, draw the cock and the china will come forth to gate off. The Knox took leave on a cane, her central, and pointed the camels southward towards the distant big city. Kicking his throat on the head and met them at the gate. He let them see all the rubber dark-haired. He's been speaking to all the birds, he said. Leave the camels and walk toward the back of the curtain gate. There is a plain man there who sells sweetmeats. He'll tell on the secret way into the palace. If you give him a piece of silver patch on your talk, you will plate the later on. Noggin and Noxon walked on the dust feathers of the back of the curtain palace. The painted clay of the pavement plain sheet meats, the meats from Turkey, the ears of balls, farming bananas, the shepherd all cases masters, when we be something of Kitchener or men of the dark, we can noggin. It is written that an uncle sits in his nephew's seat, and the curtain bird of justice is thrown from the silver tower in the garden of where was if got the silver piece from her, and turned it and stopped talking nonsense in the payment. The door is in the wall behind the rock. Turn the heads of the peacock, and it will turn sweet meats, all sorts of extras for being the sweetmeats. The Knox kids stealthily into the palace. They found themselves in a narrow passage which led to a private pit on the roof. Keep down, whispered Knock. He watched the fleeing carpet shiver across the ski and float down into the courtyard of the palace. He took his tea, said the noggin. Come on, Mr. Ridiculous, in ah. He clipped for another rubber passage and found themselves behind a plastic screen in a hay place above the Empress Autumn's chamber. They saw the burn-faced men, as only one saw, burn before his master, and leave the noggin's crown. They saw the emperor clipped his hand, and a door opened. A figure that emerged was burnt on them all. It was Noggin's wicked uncle, Nogbed the Bed. Said Bargain, said the emperor, here's a gift for all, bends our head. He's clothing to put that crown on Nogbed's head, is the noggin, but he mustn't have it. In his excitement, the noggin sneezed and dropped the servant's slipper. It fell with the slip on the face of the emperor and successfully prevented him from crowning Nogbed, but it evaded the Nog's hating place. The gods seized them and brought them before the emperor. Said Noggin, he meets against it.